So come and see what this video is about. I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can catch your rats, and I'm going to tell you all the approaches that I use and what worked and what didn't.
Welcome to Healthy Vegan Living!
Just check to see if you're subscribed. Don't forget to put the little bell in so you'll know when a new video of mine is coming out. Thanks again for your support. So when I first started out, I bought these Victors. I put in a little bit of peanut butter because that's what they tell you to do. And I placed them behind the refrigerator, placed them in different parts of the house. And never did a rat or mice get on these. So the next thing I did, I asked a really good friend of mine, what do I need to do? He told me to buy glue strips, which I bought $50 worth of these. I put in cat food because that's what the rats were going after, and I spread them around the house. Yesterday I threw them all away. Why? Because the rats or mice, rodents that are in my home, were not eating them. The first time I tried this, I didn't bait it. It was the same thing. These don't work. I even hired a pest company. The name is not important. None of your smaller pest companies that come month to month can really take care of you. Their job is to come in and put in those little cardboard things, little glue strips, and maybe give you one of these things here, which if the rat did grab it, it does work. But the problem is, even though they pour liquid down this little hole that you have, the rats or rodents that I have in my house never use them. I had the small ones. They're called Jaws. Jaws didn't do his job. You press this one down, for example, and it's supposed to work, but it never worked. So what did I do? I went on YouTube, and there's a specific person called Twins. They said to use Victor's rat trap. That's what I did. I bought Victor's rat trap. I got inexpensive peanut butter, creamy, so I got Jif because it has plenty of sugar in it. I lathered it all over the trap. I'll show them to you a little later. And this morning, at about 5:30, I was awake anyway, I heard the trap go like that, clap, and I knew I had my mouse. It was living in my couch. So today I'm going to show you how to correctly take care of these. And you have to be careful. The springs on these are so sensitive. You just have to make sure that your hands are away from the trap, which is right on this side. I'm also going to show you the Slim Jim technique. This is something I haven't tried. I'm very interested to see if it's going to work. Do I still have rodents in my house? I still do. And the reason I can tell you that is when the room is incredibly quiet and I'm doing computer work or catching up on my YouTube videos, I can hear them. The dogs know that they can't do anything about them, so they don't chase them around. And if I had a cat, I probably would add mice. So for me, the pest companies didn't work. And I didn't want to pay $2,000 for a rat exterminator to come and get my single rat that was living underneath my cabinetry. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to solve the problem myself. So I now know that this 100% works. But I want to show you how to do this a different way too, using the Slim Jim. So let's get started. First, get gloves. And put them on your hand. Try not to touch the outside. Use the other glove to help you put the other hand on. Now, some people in the videos do not use gloves like this. What they do is they just handle it. Next, open the rat trap. Okay. So this is a Victor wide pedal rat trap. powerful and effective. I can tell you, it's very effective. Use creamy peanut butter. It's got sugar in it. It attracts the rats better. Lift this lid a little bit and put the cap underneath it. Take a butter knife and try to apply the peanut butter on the sides, but you don't want it underneath that yellow part. You do want it all over though. You want to attract him, and you want a nice big piece of it right there on the top like that. Then let go of this thing. Now what it is, I'm going to show you. Make sure that this piece right here is loose. This can hurt you. It can take your fingers right off. Hold it down like this. Don't put any butter on the bottom here. You see where that ends right there? You can put butter, peanut butter, on the very tip over here. You want to try to lavishly put it everywhere you can, but not underneath here. Otherwise what happens, this trap can get glued down and it won't work as effectively. So make sure you keep your peanut butter in that area. Now take it up, pick it back up again. What I do is, holding it on this side, I use the butter knife to capture it. To capture the rod. See, right now it's set. Okay, let me show you. Now this is really down, but it doesn't take much. Oh, look at that. It took the trap entirely off. So we're going to show you on another one. You can't worry about it. This is like $2.25. I think I paid $2.28. You just scrape the peanut butter off that you put everywhere. Okay, this is a brand new Victor over here. You can tell because it's got. What I do, if I don't want it to be that hard, let me show you. I take one of these off. Okay, and what it does is just kind of reduce the tension so hard. Okay, so then keep your fingers on this side of a trap. Make sure it's not on this side. Don't allow yourself to be dragged over. And get snapped. This isn't. You do enough of these that you don't have any problems. Okay, so we're going to hold this down with the palm of our hand. We're going to grab all the peanut butter we got on the other one, and we're going to put it over here. No reason to waste it. Rats aren't going to mind. Or the mice, or whatever you have. Okay, pick up the platen. That's what I call this thing. I'm only doing that because I want to get the peanut butter off this side here. Just scraping it off. We're going to end up throwing away that one. You don't want any peanut butter underneath this because it just sticks to it and doesn't work anymore. What's wrong? Okay. Okay, works very well. Then take some more peanut butter out of the jar. You're not going to be eating this. This is just for the rats. You're going to put another big dollop in the center here. You seeing that? Good. This is when you trap it. You grab it. Don't even worry that it flies all over the place. You have to make sure this is in the right place. Grab it, hold on to it like this, and then, there, it's all set up. Then use a spatula and put it where you need it to be. And this is just going to go in the trash can. It's not a big deal. For $2, it's not a bad thing. It's already done its job. The second one requires different tools. You need your rat trap. You want some kind of Slim Jim. These are Jack Link Doritos. Since I'm vegan, I don't mind giving them away to a rat. And you want something, you need a way to a barbecue flame or something that puts out a little light. And I'll explain that, and your spatula to bring it over to the place. All right, so then you cut this open. You have to wear gloves. And then you cut a piece of, you don't really need that much, but we're gonna cut this much. You just need enough so that it clips onto this little triangle here. So let's peel it off. Now, there's more. While the thing is down, you need to take the piece that you just cut and just spread it all over around the trap. You want the scent of this, like a Slim Jim, what are they calling this thing? A meat stick. You want that meat stick juices smell to be all around. Same as before, you need to slightly pick this up a little bit. Be careful with your fingers, put something on the bottom so it doesn't snap you. And do the same thing. Make sure that that piece of meat is all over to attract them over. Okay, then you let go. Then you take your piece, you measure it, looks about that big. And then in here, you put it inside the little yellow tube thing. Any bigger than that and you're just going to be wasting it. And that's what you do. That's not the end. Then you take your thing that you should have taken out of the package but didn't. Okay, then you take this thing and you warm it up a little bit. If you're worried about burning up the trap or the plastic, what you do, you can do it before you do this, but you have to warm this up a little bit. So the delicious smell of this piece of meat is in their ears. And then here comes the hard part again. Pull this back. Oh. Okay, so I forgot something, that's why I did that. See, it's still as powerful as the other one was. You gotta take the staple out, throw this staple away. I don't think it's copper. You don't want it in your feet or your animals, okay? You just make sure this thing is this way so that you can easily grab it over. And you pick this up carefully, put this piece in, and I like to use a butter knife usually. I might have put it away already. Now, you see how it jumped out? Okay, so use the tip. Okay, it's set now. And you notice I pulled my hands away quickly because I don't want to be pushed into the trap and hurting myself. All right, so you can take these little pieces of meat if you want to. I'm going to throw them out. I'm going to save this piece and this piece, and we're going to see if this goes any faster. And I'm putting this in my bedroom. Okay, so here goes. So we're serving dinner tonight. It's going to be this little thing. Don't use your hands, use your spatula or any tool you want. Try not to touch the trap itself. Put it along the edges where they like to crawl. And then, because I have dogs, I have to close the area up, otherwise they'll go after it and it'll hurt themselves. This can take off a nose or a paw. Here it is. It's safe. It's going to do its trick. And if they decide to come here and sleep here, I'm protected. And if it snaps, I leave it till the morning. Then I can dispose of the body. You see, they can smell it in there. And that's why it's so important to be able to prevent them from getting in there. The black one's TJ and the red one is Joy Joy. They're my kids now that Linda's gone. Now the other, I was going to show you, this is my living room couch. See, this is the one that we did today, and this is the one that I did yesterday. I'm concerned that this one might not work because the area where the mice stick on is totally flat. But it was such a hard trap to set up that I think any kind of vibrations might snap it and might still work for me. Now every year I buy persimmons, and I've lost 25 persimmons due to these creatures. Once, now this has not been damaged by this is just an example. Once the persimmon is bitten by a rat, you can't eat any part of that. They're so deadly full of diseases, you do not want them in your house. And as for the dog door, during the winter time, I won't be using it. I have more traps outside for future pests that I'm hoping that they get caught in. And I'm going to show you other techniques I plan to use for outside as well as indoors. But there's problems with the other techniques. Okay, so that's one of the things that really pushed me. Persimmons can cost as high as $5 a piece. That's a lot of money to lose. So all of this is going to go back in the refrigerator. And I don't keep these things, I throw them away in recycling. And I'm hoping that they don't smell me, that's why I use these gloves. Okay, so that's basically it. You want to find a way to capture the mouse. And these should have worked, but they didn't. There's such a small area to put in something. I may still bait them with the leftover Slim Jims, just to see if I can capture them. Because I know I can hear them at night. They could be in my bedroom, they could be, I don't think they're in the walls. This is a brand new house practically. 2 years this year. But I've been paying attention to any holes in the walls. What I don't like is that the cupboards on the very bottom where by the baseboards, there's holes in there. They didn't finish it entirely. I'm going to fix that. And hopefully get a strong enough vacuum to maybe suck out anything that might be underneath. But for now, this might be a way to be able to capture them. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I sure appreciate your time on my channel. And I'm sorry that I had to give you this very grim rodent problem. Bye-bye now. Okay, so for this one, I'm just going to cut a small piece. And it has the ability that you can just put it in top like that and still set it up. And set up this one. Okay, so normally if there's anything on this level here, it won't lock in place. It has to be only in that little hole. But this one's holding. So, and then this piece here, I'm just going to put in a plastic bag. You know what? Let's do one of the big ones. I'm afraid about these guys is because I think that the dogs would really hurt themselves, but I'm putting them underneath furniture. So maybe I can do one of the big ones.